Hi guys, welcome to Adam McKola TV. Adam. How are you guys doing? It's Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a decent weekend. Obviously yesterday I was at the Michael Carrick testimonial. What a day it was as well at Old Trafford. A great day at Old Trafford, raising funds for charity and of course honouring Michael Carrick with a testimonial after 11 great years at Manchester United. 11 years where he's won absolutely everything that you could win at the club. He's done it. He's got the t-shirts and everything, medals, all that. He's got them. What a great time he's had at the club. And of course, Jose Mourinho's extended his contract as well. So there's still much more to come. Hope you guys have had a good weekend. I can see all your comments coming through at the moment. Kartik, Lennon, Jaden, Ravi, Ahmed. I can see some new names, some old names. Thank you all for joining us. We've got over 100 people in here at the moment. Obviously today is another MUFC transfer talk. It's the fourth transfer talk since the season ended. And today we'll be talking about obviously Alvaro Morata, who has been linked with Manchester United over the weekend, as has Gareth Bale as well, although Gareth Bale has spoke out about his future, and I'll be speaking about that a little bit later on today. And of course we'll be talking Anthony Martial and Antoine Griezmann as well. I know I've promised not to speak about Antoine Griezmann, but we'll be talking about him one last time, just briefly towards the end of the video. So guys, that's what's on the cards today, and I'll also be answering all your questions. Talk Red Devils is just shouting Mbappe. Apparently Real Madrid have put a big bid in for him. I can't see United entering the race for Mbappe, especially with Martial and Rashford at the club. We're going to talk about Anthony Martial a little bit later on today as well in this video. Now, I know, yeah, Mbappe's a fantastic talent, but I do like Martial, I do like Rashford, and I want to see them given opportunities. Kaushik says, hit that fucking like button. And yes, guys, make sure you smash the hell out of that like button. Let's get loads of likes on this video as well. We've got loads of likes, loads of viewers on the last couple of transfer talk videos, and we want to keep them rising. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're a new viewer, and share the video as well. Get your comments in below. We're talking transfers, and I'm going to go into that Alvaro Morata story. The one that I'm reading now is from The Telegraph, and it's by Jason Burt, and it says Alvaro Morata has emerged as Manchester United's top transfer target as they aim to make the key signing to succeed Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now, United's interest in Morata is separate from any negotiations that may or may not take place over David de Gea. Now, that's what I want to hear. When I hear about Manchester United interested in players from Real Madrid, whether it's Gareth Bale, Morata, James Rodriguez, Varane, we've been linked loads of Real Madrid players. But when I'm linked to them, I'm just thinking, I hope David de Gea doesn't come into the reckoning. I know swap deals rarely happen in football. Straight swap deals rarely happen. But we know Real want David de Gea, and if we want some of their players, let's hope David de Gea doesn't come into the negotiations. Alvaro Morata, though, has got a fantastic scoring record. He's only 24 years old, had a decent career at Juventus and at Real Madrid as well. He did well in the Real Madrid Castilla as well. I think that's what their youth team's called when he was playing through there. As did Juan Mata, another player who's at Manchester United's club that came through that Real Madrid youth team. But Alvaro Morata, linked with United, is valued at around £50 million apparently. Now, with Alvaro Morata, yes, he's a number 9, but he's not like Martial and Rashford. So when we hear about Mbappe coming to Manchester United, now I know there's differences in their games, but Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, they're quick strikers that play off the shoulder. We know Morata can hold up the ball. His passing's good as well, and is a quality player who can also finish. But is he the player that Manchester United need? When United are talking about number 9s, big number 9s up top, or number 9s that can hold the ball, play the ball, is Romelu Lukaku a better option for Manchester United, especially given his experience in the Premier League? What do you guys think about that? Liam, thank you for your comment. Yuvanesh, how are you doing, mate? We need a 7 and an 11 and a 9. Our attack is shit, says Jasu. I don't think our attack's shit. I think there's still a lot we can work on and get more out of. Martial, Rashford, Mkhitaryan, Pogba in an attacking sense, Juan Mata. I think there's players there we can get more out of in an attacking sense, but I do think we do need to bring in more players. Now, I said I wasn't going to mention Antoine Griezmann, but there's talk Antoine Griezmann could still come in 12 months, and it doesn't look like the deal is completely off the cards, which is the only time and last time I'm going to mention him this pre-season. So that's the last time. So let's say that's our number 7 in a year's time. We do need a number 9 up top, with Zlatan Ibrahimovic likely to leave the club this summer given his injury that he's got. Wayne Rooney is going to leave the club. Now, I know we have Juan Mata, Henrik Mkhitaryan, who can play in that number 10 position, but we're also going to have to invest in someone in that area as well. Or do we just hold out for Antoine Griezmann? Mandy Palandi is saying, Griezmann, question mark, question mark, question mark. Do we just hold out and wait for a season with Antoine Griezmann? Aaron J says, do you think Matic will be a nice fit? I like Matic, and what I like about Matic is, if he signed, he's not like Herrera, he's not like Paul Pogba, so he doesn't take one of their positions. He becomes another alternative in midfield. Now, we know Michael Carrick, yes, he's still going on for another year, but he's not going to be able to play as many games. His influence on the team in terms of minutes is going to decrease. At least you would expect it to with him getting older. So we're going to need another central midfielder in there. How much reliance is there going to be on the likes of Marouane Fellaini? I want Timothy Fosu-Mensah to be getting opportunities as well. Now, Jack says, JT on a free. Look, listen, only time I'm ever going to mention John Terry on here, I do not want John Terry at Manchester United ever, ever, ever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. I do not want him anywhere near this club. We've just got under 300 live watchers at the moment. Live viewers, shall I say. Thank you all for getting involved. If you've missed this live and you're watching it back later on today, then thank you for watching. Get your comments in below. But where were you? Make sure you hit that subscribe and the notification button and come back and join us next time we are live and getting your comments in as well. We've also got, as it says in here, the Spain forward Alvaro Morata is a more viable option right now. He's regarded a more viable option by Jose Mourinho than Torino striker Belotti. We know Statman Dave loves that guy. And of course, Everton's Romelu Lukaku. Myself and Steve have been saying United should sign Romelu Lukaku for a long, long time. Will they sign? I'm not too sure. Morata seems like a signing that could happen. We know Real Madrid often sell players to raise funds. Now, it looks like James Rodriguez is going to be one of those players that is sold this summer to raise funds. I don't think Manchester United are in for him, though. I just don't think we're in for James Rodriguez. It looks like a links that's been forced by the Spanish press and forced by his agent, maybe, to Manchester United to encourage bids. And I'd be surprised if Jose Mourinho did sign James Rodriguez. Although I think James Rodriguez is a great player, he doesn't strike me as a player that Jose Mourinho would sign. Guys, we've got over 300 people in here at the moment. Make sure you hit that like button. Craig Kane says Lindelof is overrated, a player that has been long linked to Manchester United. Who said... Brandon said Lindelof or Michael Keane. I would rather see United sign Michael Keane. He's already an experienced player in the Premier League. But of course, Lindelof is someone that seems to have been chased for a long time by Manchester United. Or is it just another one of those Nicolas Gaitan moves? One that's linked for a long, long time and never, ever goes ahead. Gouled's in the comments and says we need a top-class centre-half. What do I think about Aubameyang? Says man like Mourinho. I like Aubameyang. He's obviously a talented player. Do I think United will sign him or be in for him? I don't think so. So I'm not really going to enter that into my mind because I don't think it's a move that's going to happen. Although I do think he's a fantastic player. Experienced in the Champions League. Gets a lot of goals as well. And of course, Manchester is red as well. Sorry, I haven't mentioned this yet. At this moment in time, Manchester is red says Tiote died, rest in peace. I have heard about that this evening as well. Cheek Tiote used to play for Newcastle. Remember that great goal he scored in the 4-4 draw at St James Park against Arsenal? He's passed away. I know he plays for one of the clubs out in China at the moment. It seemed he collapsed and then passed away in training, which is shocking news. And obviously there's going to be an investigation into what went on. But regardless of what went on, rest in peace to Sheikh Tiote. It's very, very sad news. And at 30 years old, it just shows your life is short. You got to live life to the fullest. And you never know when your time's up, eh? Marcus Rashford says Martial is going nowhere. And that's the second story we're going to talk about. Anthony Martial's agent, Philippe Lamboli, has been in the press, been on Sky Sports in particular. If you want to find this story, there's a story on Sky Sports. And it says Anthony Martial's agent has poured scorn on speculation linking United forward with an exit this summer. It goes on to say, his agent says in the Journal du Dimanche, which must be a French outlet, Martial has 2 years left and there is no reason for him to leave Manchester today. Ed Woodward tells me they want him to leave. If Ed Woodward tells me they want him to leave, things are different. But that is not what he told me during our last meeting. And I love to hear that news, especially coming from the player's agent as well. You often have agents that like to cause trouble, like to cause upset, like to raise the stakes. Can they get a bit more money out of a club? Can they force a move to earn themselves a little bit more money? But he's coming out and saying, look, we've had a meeting with Ed Woodward. If he wants to be sold, then that's not what the club has told us. And Anthony Martial staying at Manchester United is vital. He's a huge player for Manchester United. In his first year at the club, he was our top goal scorer, coming in with huge pressure on his back. Got 17 goals. Now this season, last season rather, the season that's just gone, he only got 8 goals, I think it was. But 25 goals over the course of 2 seasons. You average it out, 12.5 a season. Double figures over the course of 2 seasons. For a player that's new to the Premier League. And people expect as well, people forget that he's the same age as Josh Harrop. We've seen Josh Harrop made his debut against Crystal Palace on the final day of the season, scored a goal. Fantastic stuff for Josh Harrop. But Anthony Martial's the same age as him. And he's had 2 decent seasons for Manchester United already. We need to lay off him a little bit, take the pressure off him a little bit and hope that he develops and his potential flourishes, because he's a fantastic talent and Manchester United need to put faith into players like Martial and Rashford that are at the club. And that's why I get a little bit worried when we are talking about all these strikers, Alvaro Morata, when we're talking about Lukaku, when we're talking about Belotti, etc., etc. Now, I know we're losing Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and of course we have to fill that position in the squad, but getting that player spot on is vital, because we need to utilise what we've got at the club already. Can we get Alexis Sanchez? What do you think? Sorry, the names, I've lost the name, but it moved quite quick. Ash says that. Can we get Alexis Sanchez? I think we could. I think we've got the money to do it. Do I think we will? No, it doesn't seem like a move that Jose Mourinho was chasing at this moment in time. He would be a fantastic player to sign, of course. He's one of the best players in the Premier League at the moment. And to take him from Arsenal would be fun, wouldn't it? Remember what happened with Robin Van Persie? And to take another one of their players would be great to see the meltdown. But I don't think that one is going to happen. If he does move, I think he will move abroad. Although there's been talk about Manchester City, Chelsea, remains to be seen. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him move to someone like Paris Saint-Germain or something like that. Go somewhere where he get Champions League football, of course. Arsenal are going to be in the Europa League next season, so he probably wants Champions League football. And Paris Saint-Germain want to win the league back in France, likely to be able to do that with Monaco selling all their players. And Sanchez can guarantee himself a league title and a shot at the Champions League. He probably will take it. Talk about Bayern Munich as well. That would be a lucrative move for him and one that guarantees trophies. So a lot of talk with a lot of moves for Alexis Sanchez, and I don't think Manchester United will be in for him. Abdul says, are we in for James, Rodriguez and Morata? It seems like we're in for all of Real Madrid's players at the moment, all the players that are up for sale anyway, or seem to be looking for moves or could move in the future. I don't think Gareth Bale will move, and obviously Gareth Bale is in the title of the video. And talking about Gareth Bale, in The Guardian and after the Champions League final, where obviously Real Madrid won the Champions League, fantastic night it was for Viva Ronaldo. What a night it was for him. It was nice to see him do that. Look, I don't care if Real Madrid win the Champions League or not, but seeing Cristiano Ronaldo lift it is always nice. I don't hold any grudges with Cristiano Ronaldo since he left the club. I think he's given us so many great moments at Manchester United that it's hard to hold any grudges with that man. And I wish him all the success. And seeing him lift another Champions League was nice. His 4th Champions League, his 3rd since leaving Man United. Absolutely ridiculous. But Gareth Bale was asked about his future anyway, and he commented saying, I've signed a long-term contract at Madrid. My family is happy. I am happy. So yeah, we'll continue what we are doing. We are winning trophies and I'm happy. I don't think, look, Zizou's still going to be manager next season. Gareth Bale has been played by Zinedine Zidane. It doesn't look like he's got any problems with the manager. And I think Gareth Bale is arguably the last player Real Madrid would want to sell. Arguably. Because Ronaldo is now at number 9. He's going to be playing up front for them. He's still going to offer a lot. He's still going to score loads of goals. But Gareth Bale is one of their best outlets from out wide. James Rodriguez potentially going to move. Morata's going to move. All these players are going to move. Yes, we hear they're linked to the likes of Eden Hazard and co. But Gareth Bale staying there, I think, is vital for Real Madrid, and I can't see them letting him go. Bale ain't coming, says Witness 1987, and I absolutely do agree with you. So I don't think we'll be talking about Gareth Bale much in the future on MUFC Transfer Talk, although I do expect him to be continuously linked with United, and I'm sure we'll talk about the report. I don't think he is going to end up at Manchester United. Jose Mourinho has refused to rule out a move for Benfica defender Victor Lindelof. This is another story that's about as well. I'm reading this from the MEN, but the reports are absolutely all over the place. Jose Mourinho has said, look, I've given my list to Ed Woodward. He's got to deal with that list appropriately. I'm on holiday. I'm not bothered. Let me see these players, and I'll talk about these players when they become Manchester United players. Now, obviously, Antoine Griezmann's off the cards for Man United this summer, but Victor Lindelof is another player that keeps being linked with the club. Is he on Jose Mourinho's list? I'm not too sure. I don't know an awful lot about this chap. Obviously, he's 22 years old. He's been playing for Benfica. He's a Swedish international. But is he the guy to shore up our defence? Is he the guy to partner Eric Bailly in the long-term future? I'm not 100% sure. What do you guys think about Victor Lindelof? Get it in the comments below, and I'll read some of your comments out on the man Victor Lindelof. Unknown Thing says Lindelof is butters. Come on, comments on Victor Lindelof. Does any of you guys know about Victor Lindelof? If you don't, then let me know. I don't know an awful lot about him either, so not knowing isn't a bad thing. I don't know an awful lot about the man. Joe kept just shouts out Romelu Lukaku. No to Lindelof, says Mustafa. Shout out from Rainford, says Joshua. Shout out, mate. Thank you for watching as well. Thoughts on Liverpool signing Van Dijk, says Tikbir. I think Van Dijk's a quality centre half. Am I gutted to see him go to Liverpool and not Manchester United? Not really. I'm confident in Jose Mourinho getting our business done. But on the face of it, it's a great move by Liverpool to bring him in. A lot of money being touted about. Apparently it's going to be more than John Stones, which is an awful lot of money. But I don't think Liverpool will care about that. There's an awful lot of money in the transfer market. And I think over this summer, you're going to see Paul Pogba's transfer fee look a whole lot cheaper, because I think we're going to see some moves that absolutely shock us. I know you can't really be shocked with anything in the transfer window anymore, and with the money that's floating around, but I think we're going to be seen to have got Paul Pogba for cheap this transfer window. Chikorito to come back, says the sickhead Jardy. Don't want Lindelof, says Ryan C. Signed Ramos, says Alex. I don't think that was going to happen. Alida, similar to Vidic, says Hamad, I think it was. Hamal, sorry. Can you do a shout out to the Hounslow Massive, says Sam. I just did that. What do you think about Varane instead of Lindelof, says Salman. I like Varane, but I don't think he'll end up at United. I think we'll be after him. Jose Mourinho obviously likes him as well. Excuse me there. A little bit of gas. Some would say I'm always gassing, but ayo, whatever. Get Evra back, says Adam. Martial a striker next season, says Guled. I would really, really like that if he was playing as a number 9. But then that means we've probably not signed a number 9. Shout out from Brum, says Ahmed. Thank you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Crazy money, mate, says Matthew. It is crazy money. And like I said, I think we're going to be seeing that £89 million for Paul Pogba was relatively cheap when we see some of the deals that go down this transfer window. So, 20 minutes in, 19 minutes into the live stream. I'm really enjoying myself chatting with you guys. So how are you doing? Get your questions in now. We've obviously covered all the latest transfer news. We've been talking about Alvaro Morata, Gareth Bale, Anthony Martial staying at Manchester United. James Rodriguez has been mentioned, Victor Lindelof. We've got loads of stuff to talk about. So get your questions in right now. Mbappe, says Ash again. I don't think United are going to sign Mbappe. Look, I think Mbappe's a fantastic player. I don't think he's going to end up at Manchester United. It's free also says Alvaro Morata's dad said United. Yes, Alvaro Morata's dad's been in the press because apparently he was asked about United potentially, clubs potentially interested in his son. And he said Manchester United were the only club interested in him at the moment. Like I said, as long as it doesn't involve David de Gea, I'm happy. Any player from Real Madrid. Look, James Rodriguez, Gareth Bale, Varane, Alvaro Morata. If you're telling me we can get them, but it means David de Gea going in the other direction, nah, I'd rather not, mate. Sharat says, I hope De Gea stays. And I'm exactly the same. I don't think David De Gea is going to try and force a move out of Manchester United. So if we can keep fending off those bids, happy days. But it looks like United might bend to one of the bids, and I think he will leave this summer. Sayan says, Giggs to take over Sunderland. Be interested in if we did get that move. But the managerial roles there has been a poison chalice recently, and it'd be very interesting to see how he got on. But the Championship's a very, very difficult league. I would take Matic, says Seth. He's a fan of Matic. Would you prefer Morata or Lukaku? I think MAK asked that question. I'm not sure, it moved quite quick. I would take Lukaku over Morata, but I think Morata's a decent player. Both very different, although they could play the number 9 role well. Martial needs to play up front with Rashford, says Isaac. I'd be all for that, but I don't think we're going to play a 2-striker system. I think we're going to play a 1-striker system. We've got over 400 people in the house at the moment. Make sure you hit that like button. Get your likes on. Make sure you hit that like. So I want to see the likes climbing high. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you all for joining us, guys. I'm really enjoying doing these MUFC transfer talk videos. So if you do like me doing them and you want me to continue, hit that like button. And of course, I will continue to make these videos. What if it's Ronaldo for De Gea, says Nemo. Look, if it was Ronaldo for De Gea, I'd be delighted to have Ronaldo back. But if I was given the choice and I had to make the choice, I'd keep David De Gea. David De Gea is the Ronaldo of goalkeepers at this moment in time. And given him to Real Madrid, he could go on and win 2-3 Champions Leagues there. Who knows? Just like Ronaldo has done there at the moment in time. So that could very well happen. Thoughts on Lacazette, says Kieran. I think Lacazette's a fantastic talent. Obviously, he's done it in France. Not guaranteed he'll do it elsewhere. But he's shown that he has got the level of performance to do it. He's done it in the Champions League as well. And I think he's a top player. But do I think he's going to end up at United? No. So all these players that a lot of people mention, I just can't think we're going to sign them. So when they enter my mind, yes, they're good players. But I don't think we're going to sign them. A lot of you guys are saying Perisic. And Perisic does look like someone Jose Mourinho would sign. Does it excite me? No. But if he come in, I'd be happy because Jose Mourinho getting his targets is what we want. We want Jose Mourinho to get his players because if he does, then hopefully he's got a plan for us to win the league and challenge in Champions League, which we need to be doing. Scholes was fucking insane yesterday, says Ahmed. I think Scholes was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? If it wasn't for his lungs maybe and running around and the physical side to the game, I think he could just sit in the midfield and spray balls all day long. You never lose that ability and that. He's just got it, man. What a top player. Top player. Stick Martial's potential up your backside, says Gary. Any more news on Belotti from Torino, says Glenn? Nothing that I've heard, mate. Moussa Dembele, top player. Faizan says... who would I want as a Carrick replacement, says Nemo. Tony Cruz, top player, but again, another Real Madrid player that we're constantly linked with. We're linked with about 5, 6. Could we go with Timothy Fosu-Mensah and not a player that is exactly like Michael Carrick, but someone that could come in and fill that position in the team? Yes, it'd be a little bit different, but I think he's a great player. Suryanch says Martial over Perisic, and I do agree with that, but I think if we did sign Perisic, I don't think it'd be ahead of Martial, and if it was, then I think Jose would need his head testing. Giggs nutmeg on Carragher, says Salman. That was probably my favourite memory of last night. And of course, who saw the clip of Michael Carrick's son nutmegging Michael Carrick? That was quality as well. Carragher's goal yesterday, so Mustafa. It was mint, wasn't it? Why hasn't Carrick been doing that? Carragher coming to mind because of the nutmeg. But why hasn't Carrick been shooting more often? I know he's only scored 24 goals for United, scored some great goals in the mix, but why hasn't he shot more for Manchester United? I know he hasn't been the player that has needed to do that, but it would have been nice. Neville volley was amazing yesterday, says Peder. The one that went for a throw-in, it was class, wasn't it? Benzema, cheaper option than, says Graham. Cheaper option than who? Fred Cahill, welcome. Seedorf was awesome, says Korshik. He was class, wasn't he? Treated it like a World Cup final. Ji-Sung Parks never lost his energy. Natash commenting. Dean says Carrick's brother, not son. Carrick's brother played in the game. I'm not on about playing in the game. I'm on about there's a clip from before the game when Carrick's son, little son, was on the pitch and he nutmegged his dad. Check it out online. Nemanja scoring how he scores best. Manchester is red, going with the old Nemanja Vidic song. Can we swap Rooney for Seydor, says DM. It was sad seeing Wayne Rooney playing on there, man, because he looked like one of the players that had been retired for a while. Genuinely sad to see, but Wayne Rooney's done, and for that reason I can't see him being at Manchester United next season. What a career he has had, though. Just like Michael Carrick, he's won absolutely everything you can win at Manchester United. Would you disown Carrick after he dabbed, says Utkarsh? I'd let Michael Carrick off because he was doing it in the direction of his family and his little kids, so I think it was for them rather than for him, so we'll let it slide. Takbir says, who am I voting in this election? I'm voting Labour. Make sure you guys get out and vote. Jeremy Corbyn for striker, says Fazan. Zayn Abbas, Vidic with an absolute colossal header, sounding exactly like Webby. He says you are sounding exactly like Webby. Forever Red, why wasn't he signed to Suryanch? The link up between Rooney, Berbatov and Saha was beautiful, says Abdi. Yes, loads of great moments in yesterday's game. Giggs nutmegging Carragher. Carrick's goal was mint. Neville's volley was absolutely class. I enjoyed the speech as well. It was a bit sentimental, but I did enjoy it yesterday as well. DM says R.I.P. Tiote. Yes, and like I said earlier, rest in peace, Cheick Tiote. Shocking news today. Rest in peace, mate. Met you in the Europa League finals. Yes, Tajas, how are you doing? Who would have won in the Champions League group stage, says Lennon. I haven't thought about that yet. We'll talk about that closer to the time. Until they hold the United shirt, I won't believe any transfer talk, says Just Jerry. And I totally agree with you as well. But of course, we will be here throughout the summer to discuss all the transfer rumours, trash them, and of course rate them if we do think they're true. Alvaro Morata, I think there could be something in it. Do I think he'll end up at Manchester United? I give that a 6.5, 7 out of 10 at this moment in time. James Rodriguez, I don't think he will end up at Manchester United. Same with Gareth Bale. I don't think we'll see him at Manchester United, nor will I think we'll see Rafael Varane. I think if anyone is signed from Real Madrid, it'd be Alvaro Morata. Hopefully that doesn't mean David de Gea is going in the opposite direction. And of course, that news from Anthony Martial as well. His agent saying that he's going to stay at the club is absolutely fantastic news. I want to see Anthony Martial stay here for a long, long time. Guys, thank you for joining us on this MUFC Transfer Talk live stream video today. Make sure you hit that like button right now. There's 400 of you in here at the moment, and I know a few thousand of you will watch this later on today as well. So make sure you hit that like button as well. It doesn't take too long. It doesn't cost you anything. Just hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like, comment and share as well. If you missed this live stream, then hit the notification so you get the notifications before next time. I'll be back tomorrow with another MUFC Transfer Talk, and I'll have lots more content coming for you throughout the summer. For now though, guys, I've been Adam McKola. This has been Adam McKola TV. Thank you for joining us. I'm out of here.